Hi, I'm Benny Ben, and it's so hot in here. Fortnite is one of the only games that everybody in a country that can watch this video has probably heard of. Either you play it, or your child or grandchild plays it, or just someone you know plays it. And even if that's not true, you've definitely heard about it online. I'm certain that you have. I started playing Fortnite almost 6 years ago, right after the last time people generally consider the game being good. I started playing in one of the Marvel seasons, Chapter 2, Season 4, which was fine. I had fun because I had never been allowed to play Fortnite before, and I was more just enjoying that I was able to now. Back when I first started playing, there were only 4 permanent game modes: Battle Royale, Save the World, Creative, and Party Royale. While Save the World and Party Royale have remained mostly the same, Battle Royale and Creative are completely different. I would go as far as to say that Creative is fundamentally different now, but I'll get to that later. It's been a long time since I started playing, and there aren't just 4 permanent game modes anymore. There are a lot of permanent game modes now, and I'm going to talk about all of them. Let's get started. Alright, I lied. We're not getting started yet. Just give me a second with this. So I know I usually keep things strictly family friendly on this channel, and I won't be deviating from that too much, but I just have to talk about this. In the latest Fortnite Battle Pass, there's a skin named Dylan. If you know what she looks like, I think you already know what I'm going to say about this. Listen, in the past, I've never had a serious problem with the way Fortnite characters dress. I've never had a problem with Fortnite's obsession with crop tops. I've never even really had a problem with Machinist Mina's design. But what the hell is this? Look at this! I don't mean to sound like I'm a fan of old times, but 30 years ago, this would have been pornographic. You understand that? This looks like something that Billy Madison gets in the mail. Alright? Also, this is a slightly different problem, but this is a game about fighting people with guns. Dylan needs to put some damn clothes on before she gets herself killed. And the blame isn't entirely on her. Cluster, PJ, Dylan, and Keanu Reeves are all wearing the wrong clothes for war. The Guardian, Wolf, Voidblade, and Sloan are all properly dressed. PJ and Dylan have their stomachs exposed. You know how many things can kill you in the stomach? Guns, grenades, even, like, falling on the corner of a table. Let's just get on with the video. I'll be the guinea pig. Alright, let's go. The general public knows Fortnite for 2 things: taking people's money and Battle Royale. But way back in 2011, Fortnite was announced as a zombie survival game, which eventually evolved into a game mode called Save the World, which I do like and I'm going to tell you about now. Save the World is a mission-based version of Fortnite about fighting zombies. And that's really all there is to say about it. Usually there's small and large husks, but sometimes there's mist monsters. Instead of finding weapons, you have to craft and upgrade weapons with resources that you find out in the world. Save the World is a semi-good time, and completing a mission gets you about 30,000 XP, which is some. If you don't care about XP and you actually enjoy doing something, then you should stick to the most well-known and probably most important mode in Fortnite is Battle Royale. Battle Royale is the game mode that's changed the most drastically since I started playing, and it's going to continue to change well into the future, so I'm not going to talk at length about how the current season is played. Battle Royale consists of dropping in somewhere wherever, picking up whatever loot you can find there, and then continuing to find more, better loot and fighting whoever tries to fight you until you win. Unfortunately, I think something's wrong with the game because I can never win. This is obvious to say, but the standard for being good at the game has gotten much higher since I started playing, so I'm at a point now where I'm just no longer capable of winning. And that's just how it has to be. I guess some advice that I have is that you just shouldn't get that angry at the game, which I do more often than I'd like. Sometimes you get a bunch of cool kills and you feel like you're the best player in the world, and sometimes you forget that you have to manually redeploy your glider and your guinea pig is instantly reduced to a pulp. Sometimes you drop in and immediately get a legendary assault rifle, and sometimes you drop in and immediately get killed by the guy from American Dad, who it turns out wasn't even a real player. Things happen. Creative was and remains a great addition to Fortnite. With the right knowledge, you can create pretty much whatever game you want, and more recently, you can earn a lot of XP in Creative. The bad news is that Fortnite is pretty much just Roblox now. Look at all this. I don't like that. Creative varies a lot depending on what you want to do, so I'm going to split this up into 3 segments. Creation, games, and a third segment that's pretty easy to guess if you know what's become of Fortnite Creative recently. I'll get there when I get there. In the beginning, there was nothing except for Battle Royale and Save the World, but in December of 2018, they introduced Creative, and everyone lost their minds. Look at how many gold scars I have. Look at how many llamas that is. Jolly good. But then everyone forgot. For a long, long time. Creative was overtaken by just 1v1 maps, Zone Wars maps, and The Pit. I've had a lot of fun creating and playing my own games in Creative, and I think Creative as a whole is a great addition to Fortnite. But that doesn't mean it's perfect. Just you wait. When you complete a relatively decent Creative map, you can submit it to Epic, and if they like it, then they'll publish it, and then everyone can play it. That's great. I have no problems with that. Creative maps range from RPG games that can't logically fit into the size of a Creative map, all the way to just picking up a gun and shooting some guy. And that's the one that I play the most. One map, one of the most popular Creative maps of all time, is The Pit. Everyone in The Pit is better than you. That's universally true for every single person there, including the ones that are better than you. They aren't. Give it some time. They'll break eventually. Works for me. People leave eventually, and then it's like I won. Now, The Pit is kind of fun, but that's not the reason you play it. In Fortnite, there's only one reason to do anything, and that's for XP. Look at that, 10,000 XP from one kill. The Pit was my go-to method for leveling back in the day, and I still used it quite a bit for leveling up in the most recent Battle Pass, which I did buy. It's a good deal, but only if you already have the V-Bucks. I implore you, do not buy any more V-Bucks ever again. Save the World is free now, and V-Buck prices keep going up, and I don't want Epic Games to continue doing that. Do it for Benny Ben, alright? Maybe they'll let me back into the Motown Boys if I get this done. So brain rot is an internet concept that I'm told today's young like to talk about. I know that I'm a teenager myself, but I don't use TikTok or anything similar to TikTok, so I have no idea what's ever going on anywhere. I will do my best to explain brain rot to you, though. So brain rot is a term that generally refers to a post online that provides zero or negative cognitive value to watch. This, on its own, is not necessarily marketable, but one day, some blackguard from the depths of the earth created brain rot characters, such as and you'll have to forgive me, Ballerina Cappuccina and Tung 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 Sohor. Why do I bring these two up in particular? Because they are the only ones that are actual cosmetics in Fortnite that you can buy with V-Bucks that you bought with real money. I'm already not happy about that, but the real problem I'm bringing up here is that brain rot characters have completely overtaken Fortnite Creative. I'm talking brain rot box fights PvP. I'm talking troll box PvP box fights. Go up for brain rots? Go up where? Pick a lucky rot? What does that mean? What does any of this mean? Party Royale was a game mode introduced in 2020, and as of May of 2026, it was the first game mode to ever have 0 players for an entire 24-hour period. So what happened? It's not fun, that's what happened. When it came out, I think it was intended to just be a place to hang out with your friends. The problem with that is that you can hang out with your friends in pretty much every other game mode, but in those it's way more entertaining.
Let's go! Peely out.
Sure, in Party Royale you don't have to focus on, like, fighting other people, but that just leaves nothing to focus on. You can emote, you can walk around, you can grapple around, you can shoot paint, I guess, and there are a few timed challenges you can do that also aren't very fun. Here was my full experience. I joined and looked around for a while. I heard some guy's microphone acting out, and I thought that would be the end of it, but then I walked into town and I found people, and they were enjoying themselves. Didn't make any sense to me. How could they be having fun if I just said that Party Royale wasn't fun? I decided then that if this could be fun, I'd try to have fun. So I found a grappler and went to go look for more people having fun. There, weren't any. Also, there should definitely be music playing here, right? It seems like there should be. I have all of my music on. It's just silent. So I left that place and went to a different place, and I threw a burger at a dog and at a cat. Then I went to go and pretend to work at the ice cream shop, but nobody cared, even after I very convincingly drove my ice cream truck around. So I drove back to the shop, and I cried a bunch, and then I left. Team Rumble was added to the game long ago, in the forgotten year of 2020. I believe it originated as Marvel Rumble before turning into a football-themed Team Rumble before eventually turning into just a regular Team Rumble and remaining in the game permanently. And I actually loved the gameplay of Team Rumble. You would drop in, get your gear, and then just have to move as the storm rapidly approached. By the end of the game, all 32 players would be in just this tiny circle, and you just go to war with them, and I enjoyed that. However, things have changed. These days, Team Rumble has been turned into Respawn Rumble, and it's worse in pretty much every way. The storm doesn't close now, it just starts as small as it's going to be, and the only location the game can take place in is the Battle Woods, which is fine, but it gets boring. Another problem with it, which I think is a more serious problem, is that nobody's playing it anymore. Seriously, no matter what time of day it is, every single person you play against will be a bot. Every single person, except for one. Every Respawn Rumble match will have one other real person in it, and that one person is going to be the most difficult person you've ever fought in Fortnite. So the question is, if I hate Respawn Rumble now, why do I still play it? And you should know that that's a stupid question. It's for XP. Everything is for XP. I'm going to save us all some time here. LEGO Fortnite sucks. It's boring and I don't like it. When it first came out, I heard people saying that it was a better survival game than Minecraft, and I believed them. I played LEGO Fortnite for a week straight believing that. Until one day I opened Fortnite and realized that I never wanted to play LEGO Fortnite again. If you want to hear something close to objective, LEGO Fortnite is like if LEGO made a survival game and then just happened to collaborate with Fortnite. The most Fortnite thing about LEGO Fortnite is how much money you can spend on virtually nothing. The best thing I have to say about LEGO Fortnite is that they did a pretty good job making my guinea pig into a Lego. Look at him. Alright, quit looking at him. Rocket racing is an anomaly unlike anything else in Fortnite because it's the only one that has nothing to do with Fortnite. It's a combination of racing simulators in general and Rocket League. You can't use your Fortnite skins or your skins. That's kind of all there is. You can use your account name, but Rocket League is also an Epic Games property, and you can use your account name in that, and that definitely doesn't count as Fortnite either. Rocket racing is some quality mid-tier fun though. If you don't have another racing simulator or you don't have any friends, two things which both describe me, then I think you'd have a good time. I played a single game in which I came third because I unfortunately could not beat Princess the Weekend. Also, look how close it was between me, second place, and fourth place. I should have come second. You can't even look at my guinea pig in this game mode. What's the point? So, Festival main stage is like Guitar Hero. I'm getting really tired of making this video, so I'll be quick. You can choose from a long list of real songs, and you can play them on either 4 instruments or karaoke. I've tried the karaoke mode before, it's hard, and I've done you the favor of not filming it. You're welcome. Also, for some reason, I picked 4 reasonably long songs, so to the average person watching this silently, I have way too much footage of what is essentially repetitive and borderline identical in each frame. Here's my final score on each song. Also, did anyone else not know that Bruno Mars made 24 Karat Magic? Don't look at me like that. I know it's a ridiculous thing to not know. I just didn't know. My conclusion to this is similar to my conclusion on Rocket Racing, which is that if you don't have a Guitar Hero style game, then you can probably have a lot of fun playing this. If you do have a Guitar Hero style game, I suggest you play that instead, because if you're playing the Fortnite one, you'll most likely be playing on a regular controller. This is not a guitar. Fortnite OG is a Battle Royale game mode that was introduced in 2024 and was actually supposed to be limited time. It was just a full second Battle Royale that started back over right in Chapter 1 Season 1, where everyone wanted to be. Except for me, I actually prefer modern Fortnite, but I don't think you care. Anyway, Fortnite OG was so popular that it was introduced as a permanent game mode, and has progressed as Fortnite always has, where every so often a new season starts and life goes on. Right now it's on Chapter 1 Season 9, and after the infamous Chapter X, I think everyone is hoping it'll roll over into Chapter 2, where we can play Chapter 2 Season 2 again. My question is, what happens after that? Will OG go on into Chapter 2 Season 4? That season was wholly based around Marvel. Does Fortnite still have the rights to that? Fortnite has become much more collaboration based after Chapter 1, and almost every season since Chapter 2 Season 4 has involved characters owned by someone else. Is Fortnite allowed to use those still? They can renew contracts, but what if a company decides not to? Will Fortnite just pretend that it never happened and cut that content from the season? And how long will this go on for? Will we make it back to Chapter 3 again? Back to the Chrome season? And how long until we get back to where we currently are now? This mode has presented so many new questions, and I just don't care. I can't care. It's Fortnite but old again, but everyone is way better than me. It's just not fun, and I can't win, and I don't get to play for very long because I die. Why would I play that? I'll tell you why, because of XP. OG gives more XP than any other game mode, and that's because of these quests called milestones. These are super easy quests that you can do once per match, for every match, forever. Look at that, 10,000 XP just for hitting weak points at named locations. That's so easy that I'm now going to play for you in its entirety, me completing this quest from beginning to end. Wow, this is boring. I'm sorry, I thought this would be more entertaining. I'm just really sorry. I can't begin to express how sorry I am. I'm just so oh. I did it. You see how easy that was? I vaguely remembered reload being a thing when I saw it again for this video, but I couldn't remember ever having played it. And the first match I played was awesome. It felt fast-paced and new, and even though I didn't win, I had a great time doing it. But then I went back to play it for the footage for this video, and it just wasn't the same as it used to be. Used to be like 2 weeks ago. It wasn't necessarily different, it was just frustrating. I still got some fun eliminations, but when the endgame came around, I was just angry at these two people because they beat me at a game that I know I'm not good at. I knew that going in, but it was still unexpected and frustrating when it became relevant. Also, it would be negligent not to mention that this game mode only exists because Call of Duty Rebirth Resurgence is so popular. It's the same thing. Small map, respawn if your teammate's still alive, get angry and cry. That's how it goes. Blitz Royale was the only game mode that was a total mystery to me. I had never heard of it, I knew nothing about it because I had never heard of it. However, and you may think I'm exaggerating, Blitz Royale is the most fun game mode Fortnite has ever created, and it's not close. It ain't far either, it's like maybe half a mile more fun than whatever the previous most fun thing is. Here's why I like it. Blitz Royale is fast. Not just the gameplay, but every element of it. The bus is fast, the storm is fast, and the loot pool is heavily weighted toward movement items. You want an idea of how fast this game mode is? Out of the 4 games that I played, only 2 of them lasted longer than a minute. I won both of those games. You see what I'm getting at? This is fast, entertaining, there's no building, and even if you die, it's fine, because you'll be right back where you were in 3 or 4 minutes. So I hereby give Blitz Royale this video's only numeric rating of an 8 out of 10. Awesome. So, in conclusion, I think Fortnite's still good. I actually think it's doing great. I mean, every game is miserable now because everyone is better than me, but at least they're playing. The worst thing that could happen to Fortnite isn't price increases or more battle passes or the addition of shoes. It's if people stop playing, because if people stop playing, then there's no Fortnite. And I like that, even if I'm not playing it, Fortnite is out there somewhere and someone is playing it. And that would be a great way to end the video, but I would actually like to leave you with the wisest post I've ever seen on Twitter, which isn't a high bar. None of this is me. Let's make that clear. I don't want this to be associated with me. I just want to tell you about it. I have studied Fortnite's ass for years. Tracer has a higher ass, but Chun-Li still has the biggest ass in Fortnite. Tracer has better pants though, they are shiny and they go into the crack for a better view.